Quite hopefully exciting news on the club front. You might remember back, you need to go back a few years on the channel I've done golfing. But we actually made a set of one length irons ourselves. Now, I'm trying to remember how I actually managed it. Off the top of my head, I used an original set of Ping Ai 2s, right? And obviously we've got a current set of Ping Ai 2s in the bag. But what I basically did was, I had a load of old 6-iron length shafts. Now, typically, one length irons are made either 7 length shafts or 6-iron length shafts. So I actually made all those Ping Ai 2 irons from the wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron, 7, 6, 4, 5. I think we stopped at the 4-iron. I actually left the 3-iron standard length. There was a reason for that. I liked hitting that off the tee and stuff. So we made all of those irons 6-iron shafts, and we re-shafted them all. Now, obviously, there's a lot of dynamics involved with one length clubs that make making your own quite labour intensive, because obviously changing the dynamics is difficult. And one thing that I couldn't do on the Ping Ai 2s was change the lie angle, because fundamentally the lie angle should be the same for every single club. And I know that sounds slightly bonkers, but that's the theory of a one length iron set. The shafts are all the same length, the lie angle's all the same, so you're setting up exactly the same with each club. Same ball position, it doesn't matter what it says on the bottom of the sole, it should be the same swing, and you'll get results that should be a lot more consistent. And obviously, throughout the years, loads of players have pioneered one length irons, but the guy who made them real famous obviously was Bryson DeChambeau, and he's still playing one length irons. So it got me thinking, and obviously I played great with them, and even though I didn't have the correct lie angle adjustment on each one, the difference in ball flight was phenomenal. I could bring it in from a height that was unachievable normally. The only thing I noticed was that the longer irons did go slightly lower, but in general it was a great success. So it got me thinking, obviously for the content and making stuff so that you guys find it interesting as much as I do, it keeps my interest involved in the channel, because I'm testing out all this ideas and equipment, but if affordable equipment, right? You might well say to yourself, well, Mike, if you bought a driver at £30 and you bought 10 of them, there's £300, and you could have bought a brand or second-hand Stealth 2 or driver. There's that argument. Having tried a Stealth driver, they're not for me. I didn't like them. Maybe if I played about with the Stealth enough with shaft options, I could have got one matching up. But to be honest, it was going to be quite a hard fit, I reckon, because I'd maybe have to try 5 or 10 different shaft options before I got one that I'd actually be really comfortable with. And that would only be one video, and I'd have spent 30 quid, 300 quid, So what I'm trying to do is bring you all the clubs that I think, look at this one from the past. £30, you can pick one up. Literally, you'll be hitting it just as good as the new equipment. But anyway, The one length has always been there at the back of my mind because a lot of great players over the years pioneered one length, and there's a lot of things you can do with one length that you can customise. So, long and short of it is, I managed to pick up a used set, but pretty much absolutely minted. We'll try and get pictures up, and obviously we'll show you them when they arrive. Cobra one length F8 tour irons, 5 iron all the way to gap wedge. Now you might be wondering, you're saying to yourself, whoa, you've got a 5 iron. They're strong, lofted. I've watched people hitting these, and people were knocking the 7 iron 200 yards, which tells me that they must be, well, they are exceptionally strong lofted. So I don't think yardage is going to be an issue. So when I get them, I'm going to show you them, and we're going to obviously play around with them. I think I might hit them at the range first, and then try and play around with them. I'm going to let GMAC have a look at them and see what he thinks, and get a match as well. Maybe get John involved, DJ, a couple other folks. So stick around, the channel's going to be interesting in the next few weeks, for the very fact that you may well think, Mike, you're bonkers trying to change to one length irons just before the season starts. But I've always liked playing the ball in the same place. I'm very much of the Hogan or Greg Norman mythology, where the ball position doesn't change, but your rear foot position changes. So I play everything off my front inside heel, and I move my rear foot to fit the club, a la Hogan. A lot of players have done that over the years. It's not madness, because you're setting up the same way. You're just maybe moving your rear foot wider for the longer clubs and narrower for the shorter clubs. Hogan used to use closed for the long irons, going into the shorter irons, started to go open with his feet. So I reckon the success I had making my own set of one length irons, really enjoyed them, played with them for a good season, and I should really have held on to them, but somebody wanted them, made me a really good offer, because I'd made them myself, and they were just blown away with how good they were, and I let them go. So I'm going to try it for the channel, for the charities, because it was a great price. Managed to pick them up, and I'll unbox them, let you see them, and feature them with a couple of, well, hopefully I really click with them as good as I clicked with the ones I made myself, because that's really what got me thinking. And when I was looking about, as you know, I've been looking for equipment, or help with equipment. I wasn't getting anywhere. I've contacted umpteen companies, no helps out there. I don't know whether they just ignore you, or maybe they never got the emails, whatever, but nothing's there. So I'm looking through all these clubs, and these one length irons start appearing at really reasonable money. Really reasonable. Like, half the price of what I would be looking at if I was going for maybe a set of, I don't know, TaylorMade or Callaway Apex or something, the ilk, where you've got the forged head with a bit of forgiveness, bit more feel, newer shaft technology, a bit of a jump in equipment, right? Not that, by the way, I don't think GMAC and me are going to have this Ping Eye 2 head-to-head match. If someone handed you a set of Ping Eye 2 plus irons right now and told you you're going to have to play the rest of your golf with them, you would definitely cut your handicap, because I don't think there's been a better set of irons in the history of golf ever made since or made before that has even come close to being as good as the Ping 2. And we'll leave the video at that till the one-length irons arrive. And hopefully I'm not ruining the day. But of course I've got a 14-day money-back guarantee with them. So if I really don't get on with them, I could exchange them or get my money back. So fingers crossed. Like and subscribe and hit that share button. All helps the channel. Macmillan, Help the Heroes, and Shelter, the homeless charities, where all the ad revenue's going. Thanks for watching.